Hello everyone, it is almost 2 p.m. on a Saturday, July 3rd, and I know I've been MIA for a while on this vlog. Like I mentioned in an earlier video, this project consists of back and forth with the director, so I just now, last week, got back the finalized version of the script that I will be writing from. So I spent a couple of days in the past week going over everything I've written in the first 12 chapters, making changes to reflect the new version of what's going to be the film and the novel. And last Thursday, I did a sprint session with Kelly and Claire, and I wrote the first half of chapter 13 during that time, which I didn't film, but that is what I did. And today I will be finishing up chapter 13 and doing chapter 14 as well. This is my setup for the day. As you can see, I have the first part done, and the second part only needs chapter 13 and 14. So that's what I want to finish today and move on to the third part. I got a new pair of blue light blocking glasses. I really liked how these looked. They just seem less, plasticky than the other ones. They just seem more legit. I got them in the color rose. I'll link it down in the description below where I bought these. A couple of people have been interested in blue light blocking glasses after I've done my videos talking about it, and they're really useful. They've really helped me with eye strain because mostly all of my work is on the computer. I get heavy eye strain if I'm on the computer for too long, but these guys definitely help. So I highly recommend blue light blocking glasses if you work on the computer for an extended period of time. Other than that, I just have a few of my books that I'm reading this month. I wanted to touch on my reading as well as my writing in these vlogs. I like to read books that are kind of in the same genre as the book I'm writing in at the time of writing, because it helps me get into that zone and it helps me write in that genre whenever I read in that genre. I don't know if anyone else has this as well, but I really feel this. Whenever I read and then I attempt to write something afterwards, I find that I'm just unconsciously or subconsciously adopting that same tone when I'm writing. Let me know in the comments below if you guys also have this, but I really feel this. So I'm reading Pet Semetary again because this book is one of my favorites by Stephen King and is just a book that I feel would be really beneficial to read while I'm writing this story. Not that it's a similar story to what I'm writing, but it is in a style of writing that I really want to evoke in the book I'm writing, because there's just a lot of great human emotions and psychological aspects to this book that I feel like I can really use and adopt while writing this novel. The second book that I'm reading at this moment is a craft book. This book is called Hooked: Write Fiction That Grabs Readers at Page 1 and Never Lets Them Go, and it's by Les Edgerton. I got it off Amazon, and it's one of many craft books that are on my shelf that would be useful for me to read. This book specifically talks about the beginning of books, how to write, the first line, the first paragraph, the opening scene, etc., to hook the readers from page 1. And while I'm already past the first part of this novel, I feel like I really like the beginning of this novel. I really like how I started it, but I still feel like this would be a useful book to read right now. So that is what I'm doing. And after I finish this, I might pick up a different one that deals more with maybe the emotions that I want to evoke in this book, but we'll see. I will, of course, give you guys a review on this book after I finish and let you know how I liked it and whether I recommend it or not. The third and final book that I'm reading at the moment is actually this massive graphic novel, and it's an Alan Moore graphic novel, which, if you guys have watched my previous video talking about the favorite books on my shelf, Alan Moore I'm a huge fan. I really like The Watchmen. I don't usually read comics or graphic novels, but Alan Moore really hits the spot for me because he's really good at psychological aspects, and that's mainly what I look for in books, to evoke emotions and all that stuff. So Alan Moore does a great job with these moral dilemmas, and he did it again with this book. I know this book is an older one, but it's pretty good. For those of you who aren't familiar with this graphic novel, it tells a fictional, or maybe non-fictional, account of one of the theories of Jack the Ripper. So in the 1800s, there was the serial killer Jack the Ripper, and no one really knows who it was still to this day. And there's a lot of different theories on what could have happened and who it was. And this is just one of the theories that was circling around about Jack the Ripper. So this is the color version. As you can see, it says in color. This is the remastered version. I think the original is not even in color, I believe. I really love the Victorian era. I really love, oh yeah, there's Joseph Merrick. He's in this as well. But anyway, I'm not gonna spoil any more by flipping through that much, but really good book. It's one of those Victorian horrors. I absolutely love a good Victorian horror. Sweeney Todd is among my favorites, of course, and that's another really good Victorian horror. But yes, I love horror in the Victorian era. There's just something about the atmosphere of it that's just, it adds to the darkness. There's just something about that era that makes it extra creepy for me, and I just love it. And this is where I am in it. So not that far along. It's a massive book, but I'm excited to finish it. I watched the movie recently as well. There's a movie with Johnny Depp. And yeah. All right, and here I have my jasmine green tea. I love to drink that while I write. as long as it's not too late in the day. It's 2 p.m., so it's not too bad. But okay, now I'm going to start writing. I'm going to write, like I said, chapter 13 and then chapter 14. All right, let's go. So actually, before I start writing, I'm going to fill in this calendar with the updated schedule for writing this book. As I mentioned previously, I'm going to be writing this book in July rather than June, but I have written 12 chapters already, so those are out of the way, but the rest of the chapters are going to be written in July, and I plan to finish the first draft around mid-July and use the second half of July for self-editing and revisions and anything, basically going through it again without the script and seeing what I could add in terms of the main character, because it's from the main character's point of view. The film is more external, obviously, because films show everything that's going on, but I'm writing in first person present tense, so it's going to be a very different perspective than the film. So I really want to use a lot of revising time for going through the manuscript again and writing it from that character's point of view. The first rough draft, I'm going to be writing it from the script, and the second draft I'm going to be writing it without the script and basically making those revisions to be personal to that main character. So right now I'm just going to fill in this calendar with you guys to show you my thought process and how I usually schedule my book writing time. I am very much a deadline person, so I need to set deadlines for myself, and I need to see exactly when I need to get something done, because that really helps me just naturally gravitate towards getting that thing done at that time. Alright, so this is what I'm putting in for now. I aim to get the draft done by the 15th, so by the middle of July. It doesn't matter so much when I do this. Like, some days I might write more than 2, other days I will just write 1. I might write on the weekends as well. But this is just a guideline or a guide on average what I plan to do in terms of writing, and ideally I want to be finished by mid-July, the first draft. And then I will meet again with the director and see what he has to say, as well as ask any questions I have about the plot and details about the characters and all of that, because I will have some questions most likely. And then once I have that done, then I will set to work on going through it again in the latter half of July, writing it from purely the character's perspective minus the script. That is my tentative plan right now, and if this has been going as I had planned, then this video that you're watching right now should have been released on July 10th, and right now it's Saturday the 3rd, so yeah. If all things have not been changed, next week I should be releasing the writing vlog of the end of this first draft writing. And just as a hilarious side note, in Discord, whenever I have Dabble open, it always says I'm playing Dabble. I guess Discord thinks that it's a game, And really, whenever you see that I'm playing Dabble, it's really just me writing. But I just thought that was hilarious. Hello everyone, it is 11:29 a.m., Monday, June 5th. I wrote chapter 13 and 14 2 days ago on Saturday, and yesterday I went to the park with my friends Kelly and Claire, and we read together. So I didn't write yesterday, but I didn't plan to write, or I hadn't planned to write anyway. I plan to write 2 chapters today though. So I have chapter 15 and chapter 16 that I plan to write today, and it's still morning. Hopefully I can get those 2 chapters in along with all the other work I have planned for today. I have my other work that I have to do as well. Yeah, hopefully I can also read and do some exercise in the process. So we'll see how that goes. Hello everyone, it's Thursday, June 8th. I believe it was on Monday. I did chapter 15 and 16. I did those 2 chapters in one day. Yesterday and the day before, I had a lot of work from my other job, so I didn't get a chance to write. But today I am going to try and do something very ambitious, which is to write 4 chapters in one day. So that's about 8,000 words, and it's noon right now, but I think I may be able to do it if I just do that and nothing else today, because I really want to get this first draft finished in my scheduled time, and I want to leave more days open where I'm not sitting in front of a screen writing. So in about half an hour, I'm going to be doing a writing sprint, and I think I can get in 1 chapter during that time. And then tonight I'm going to be doing another writing sprint with Kelly and Claire, so I can probably get in 1 chapter with that as well. And in between those 2, I'm going to be writing 2 other chapters. So we'll see how it goes. I guess tomorrow you'll see whether I was able to do it, but I definitely want to finish part 3 by the end of this week. So we'll see how that goes. Also, guys, do you hear that rain and thunder? This has been Toronto for the past few weeks. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but at least a lot of plants are growing, a lot of greenery, so I guess that's the plus side of this. But